So maybe so like I ended the other video, if my life suddenly turned, changed for the better, and it undeniably did. I escaped, Donald's mom. I dropped 70 some odd pounds. I wound up with money for the first time ever in my life. But it's all tainted. When I say change for the better, I mean, I don't know, I'd finally, for the first time ever in my life, be recognized for my talent. I would, have, I don't know, more meaning in my life, or more, I don't know, or more friends than my shelter. And I just, maybe a boyfriend, but even that wouldn't matter. I'm just giving examples of how there are little things that might make me a little bit happier, but I would still deep down be miserable. So how do we know that this Gia woman, she was beautiful, and beauty opens doors for a lot of people, men and women. How do we know she wasn't always in pain? People say when this stuff like this happens, oh, she had everything, she was beautiful, she had, quote unquote fame, she had her whole, so many doors that were going to open up for her from being on The Bachelor, and just and she killed herself. Why? You're never going to know. People said she had a smile that could light up the room. People tell me that. One guy recently is like, I've never seen it. I love your smile. I've never seen a smile like yours. I'm talking to a guy out here on the internet, not in person, okay? A YouTube fan of mine, and new one, male. I'm just saying, you don't know what is in somebody's heart. But I read all these comments. I want to read them all. There's over 5,000. I probably read 100 or 200 last night. I don't know. Because some are short. But I read a lot of them. I got the gist. The gist is a lot of people just say rest in peace. Then there are people that get pissed off, like I would, because Christians tell me, they say, if you commit suicide, you're going to hell. And then other people will say, well, how come, the Christians aren't saying she went to hell, but some of them are. Some of them wrote that she is in hell, and others have more compassion and say, well, she was a Christian and she had those beliefs, so, God will forgive her, and as usual. But the thing with me is, in my comment, I didn't write, oh, I hate my life sucks. I wrote, I hate existence, period, and always have. Part of my hatred of existence derives from all this inconsistency and conflict, and you don't know, exactly what happens when this woman commits suicide. She's 29, she's beautiful, she was on The Bachelor, she apparently had, a loving boy, but we don't know what goes on in a person's heart. And that is why I wrote my comment, my long one, under a short comment by someone with lines that included, obviously she was empty inside, something like that. You'll see it below my description of this video, okay? Obviously she was empty inside. I'm empty inside, okay? Granted, out of fear, or just fear of the unknown, or love for my mother, I've never committed suicide, but what have I done? Engaged in loads of self-destructive behavior that could have easily wound up causing my demise, my early demise, okay? So I took the indirect route. I'm not doing it now, but I'm definitely in pain. I'm always in pain. I don't think there's anything that could happen to me good that would cause me to not be in pain, and I don't believe in psych meds. I really don't. I know, like I wrote below, psych meds don't help. I don't know if it's a majority, but it's at least 50% of the people who take them are not helped at all by psych meds, who take them religiously, okay? Psych meds, as far as I'm concerned, are an easy fix, especially when it comes to depression. The meds my mom takes help keep her stabilized. She's on, help keep her from going quote unquote cuckoo. She's on Depakote, Risperidol, and Prolixin, okay? But overall depression, I once read a book, Sacred Sorrows, I'm a lifelong writer. I've been writing creatively poems, songs, since I was practically in diapers. Early grade school, 8 years old, 9 years old. And writers, my kind of writers that aren't writing, like technical books or something, are notorious for being consistently depressed or getting involved in alcohol and drugs. Okay, we don't know anything about Gia. Just because people are saying, no, she was beautiful inside and out. She was this, she was that, and smarter people. And I'm reading these comments. I'd like to read all 5,000 of them, because another thing people will say, oh, why'd she do it? And then, what a shame, she was beautiful. And someone else will say the truth. Oh, but if she was ugly, it wouldn't be a shame, People just don't understand. They understand more when some ugly loser in life or whatever who hates whatever, they commit suicide, male or female. But when someone like Gia does, nobody understands. Nobody understands. Okay? I've never attempted suicide in my life, you guys, okay? I have people even now, I'm 44 years old, calling me beautiful. Calling me sexy, calling me beautiful. This stud that wants to fuck me. Oh, God, he's gorgeous. I met him in person. He lived up to his fucking photo and then some, okay? He's like 6 foot something. Built, not an ounce of fat on him, just muscled. But not muscle like it's ridiculous. And a lot of men have muscle, but then they have a big gut. This guy's fit. He's taller than me. He's nice facial features, okay? And he wants me bad. Calls me gorgeous, wants me badly, but only in the sack, not in any other way. But like I said,